Okay, so you decided to go to the desert to write this. You wanted to be alone. Let's take a look at this place that you went to, and why does your friend have this? Is he okay?
He is actually a she, and she's better than okay. This is out on her ranch, and it's the first 12 days that I spent writing the book was there. I wanted to go away to a place that not only didn't have options of something else to entertain myself, something where those options were not even remotely available. So no electricity, no cell service, no email, no phone, no nothing. So I took my journals, and when those days would get long or I'd get bored, I had one thing to go to for my entertainment: my journals, myself over the last 50 years. So I basically literally wanted to be trapped with me and myself for the last 50 years to see what I had.
You write about, you took a huge risk. You stopped doing all these romantic comedies, and you were doing so well with those, and you turned down a whole lot of money to just change direction of your career. Why did you decide to do that?
Well, this was a time when I was on quite a good run of very successful romantic comedies, of which I thoroughly enjoyed making. And they paid me well. But it was a time where, I was starting to, when I received the romantic comedy script, I could look at it tonight and feel like, oh, I could do that tomorrow morning. There was nothing wrong with that, but I was looking to find work that made me sweat in my boots, challenged me, made me go, ooh, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. And it was also a time where, this public persona was me as a rom-com guy plus shirtless on a beach, of which I have always said and will continue to say, you damn right that was me shirtless on the beach, because those rom-coms actually paid the rent at the places that I lived on the beach that I ran shirtless on. Yes, guilty fact. So, but in that rom-coms and shirtless guy on the beach, that really became the only thing that the industry would offer me. And the other shows I wanted to do, other films, dramas, even though I wanted to do them, even for a major pay cut, no, they were not being offered to me. So because I couldn't do what I wanted to do, I decided, well, let me stop doing what I've been doing. And I didn't know how long that would last, how long I would go without work. I ended up going out without work for 20 months. But luckily Camila and I just had Levi. So having a newborn son really helped sort of keep me grounded during that time, because it was a wobbly time. And I wasn't sure if I was ever going to go back and work in Hollywood again.
Yeah, well, that really is tough to, because that really was what you were known for. And I loved working with you and Ed TV, and you were fantastic in that, and you're fantastic in everything you do. But it was such a complete different direction, and you're brilliant in the movies that you chose to do. So I'm glad you did. You won an Oscar for Dallas Buyers Club. You also played a stripper in Magic Mike. When you said you want to like sweat in your boots, was the dancing scene in Magic Mike one of those things that scared you?
I sweated a little bit, and a little bit more than just my boots on that one. There was a dance scene here that the character Dallas does. And it was somewhat choreographed, but I knew I wanted to head out to the end of the runway. A very vulnerable situation. You've got this small thong that's, in a rattlesnake print to boot, covering, what God gave you down there. And I remember being on my back, doing some sort of pelvic thrust. And there were some hands on me, that's fine. Then all of a sudden the hands kind of moved, and this one hand I could feel in her hand that it had great confidence in it and where it was going. And as it moved, I was like, oh no, that hand's not stopping. That hand's going in for the kill. And I remember having to roll out of that one and go, watch that thong there. Keep on dancing. Don't act like it happened, but get out of this. And then strutted back to the back of the stage. But I was a couple of seconds away from that film being more than NC-17. Yeah.
Well, that was one extra that was going to take advantage of that situation.